Okay, welcome to day 140. Woke up, I think the temperature is 43 degrees, slept reasonably well. We were in a crowded campsite with a lot of people, so there was a lot of snoring and rocking and rolling in the night. Have to cook in a specific cooking area, which kind of leads to totally messing up my routine. And so trips up and down the mountain to the cooking routine and to whatever. Filtered some water this morning, but we're going to get started today. We have another 10-mile day, but instead of 5,400 feet of elevation gain, I think we have 2,400 feet of elevation gain. Woohoo! So tonight we end up at a hut. We're really looking forward to that. They'll make us supper and breakfast, and then we'll take off out of there. So we're going to go hut to hut here for the rest of the whites. The whites have been stunningly beautiful and incredibly hard, all in the same breath. The view from Little Haystack was amazing, and Lincoln as well. Lafayette, the views were amazing, but the 30-plus mile-an-hour winds up there made it cold, and we didn't linger too long. But they'll be, I'm sure you've seen some of the pictures from it yesterday. Today, I don't know that we have any of those dramatic sights to show you, but we're going to get on hiking down the trail, and just as I promised to tell you, today is September 12th. So we'll see you on down the trail, day 140. Almost to the top of South Twin, and here is the view. We scroll along there, there's the ridge right in the center where we're at, which is Little Haystack, Lincoln, North Lincoln, Lafayette, down the ridge, and then this point, this hump there is Garfield, and then who knows what else, but it's beautiful up here. But it has been a hard-fought climb. Still not to the top yet, but we'll get there in a little bit. I'm at the top of South Twin Mountain, eating some lunch.
Depending on the type of vehicle.
Snack. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Clear, hardly windy. The view up here is just amazing. Although it was a hard climb, as they all are in the whites. We have 6 more miles to go for today, and I'm sure none of it will be extraordinarily easy. So let me show you the view here. Just kind of pan around.
That's not even a little bit.
Over here, there you can see Franconia Ridge that we came over yesterday. And you pan on around, and while I move, you can see there's a big peak right over the top of this rocky escarpment. That's Mount Washington. We'll be there in a couple of days.
These trails are,
it's incredible. It's
straight down, so doing the best we can on that front.
The trails are beating us up, but we're going into a hut tonight. We're looking forward to that. Last night we just got in so tuckered out and just barely had enough energy to get our food fixed and get into bed. Tonight we don't have to fix our meals. Have to make our bed, don't have to put up tents. It'll be really a blessing. So this is hard at 66. It would have been challenging at 25, but it's hard at 66. So this is a wrap up of day 140. Today we left the Garfield Ridge campsite and hiked down a steep downhill off Garfield. And then we had a steep climb up South Twin Mountain at 50, couple hundred feet elevation. Had some gorgeous views on top of South Twin. And then we hiked down again a little ways and hiked up over Guyute, which is another 4,000 foot peak. And then we hiked down again and down and down and down. So we are at the Zealand Falls hut tonight. That's really nice. Don't have to pitch camp, and we provide supper and breakfast for us, and then tomorrow night we're headed for another hut. You know, I say this every day. It looks like the day is a little less challenging. Today's elevation was less challenging, but still came here pretty beat, 9.6 miles or something like that. Yesterday we did 11, but I can't imagine doing 11 today. It was the downhill beat us up pretty bad, and it just went on forever. So it's been a good day, though. We're getting stuff knocked out. We're working our plan, and I'm still excited to have our first hut experience. The crazy thing is I'm wearing a puffy jacket. It isn't even that cold out here, but when I stop hiking, it's like I've used all the energy in my body, and my body just gets cold. So it'll be better after supper. I'll warm up, and I'll probably take this off, but for right now it's feeling kind of chilly. There's a lot of activity here at the lodge. We're in a bunk room, so I imagine that there'll be a lot of people in there tonight. I was able to get a lower bunk. Creek is right above me, and we reserved one for Tree Squirrel, who hasn't made it in yet. She's been hiking behind us. We're hoping she makes it here for supper at 6 o'clock. I did some pack reorganization chores that I didn't get done this morning because I packed up in a hurry. Anyway, third day in the Whites, and it's just, the trail is always hard. Even downhill is hard, uphill is hard. Very little cruisy trail here in New Hampshire. Tomorrow it looks like we have 500 feet of ascent and like 2,500 feet of elevation loss. But the downhills can be just as bad. The downhills can be just as bad as the uphills because they're really hard on your body. So, anyway, that's a wrap up of day 140. There probably aren't a lot of pictures for today because, frankly, we just had our head down hiking.